Alright, here I am on my 97 Astrovan. I got on a couple blogs last night, and what I found is that I have a bad ground behind the dash. There's several different people. I'll put some links down below so you guys can have some reference. But there's several different things that could be causing this. One is a voltage problem, a power problem, a ground problem, or something inside the gas tank with the sensors that are inside the float. There's a certain this system is designed to go short to ground. So if we have a problem with that, that's going to be what we're going to try to tackle first. But what I want to do is I'm going to pull this apart, and I'm going to show you how to get the instrument cluster out, and how to go about diagnosing the problem and repairing it. So here we go. All right, here I am on my 97 Astrovan. I'm having a problem with the instrument cluster. I'll kind of show you guys what's going on. When I turn on my hazards, or if I just turn on my blinker just by itself, and I turn on my high beams, I get a problem with the gas gauge dancing, kind of like a bounce. I'll zoom in here and show you. Okay, this first part here is pretty easy. What you gotta do is turn the key on, put it all the way into the low gear, and then just tug out like this. I'll show you a couple tricks though that you have to know when you're doing these. Okay, when you're pulling this out, I got the emergency brake on, but when you're pulling this out, I've got a little bass knob in here too, so I've got a couple little things that you have to overcome. Alright, I've removed the switches over here for the rear AC and the rear heat. I've got a fader knob right here that I'm going to have to unhook that your car probably won't have. And then I've unhooked the light switch over here on the other side. So the tricky thing is you got to make sure you don't hit the hazard switch when you're pulling this up. So just kind of lightly bring it up. I'm going to release my knob that I have hooked up here. Alright, I've removed my fader knob, and then I'll just move this out of the way. We got 4 bolts, 4 7mm. I'm going to go ahead and remove those now. Okay, now to remove this instrument cluster, you need to turn the key forward, put the shifter all the way down, and remove the gauge. Alright guys, I found out the problem. What I did is I kind of fast forward a little bit, and it's kind of skipped a little bit on you. But I took the whole instrument cluster apart. I took the back instrument panel off, and I was kind of looking through this, and I'm going, what's causing the problem? And then I looked over here, and it looked a little dark. I could kind of see some darker shades of copper. And then I flipped it over, and look what I got. You see these resistors that are burned? Now, I still think they have continuity going through them, but I think that's my problem too. And I was looking at these, and this was my gas gauge that was bouncing in the video, and it seems like it doesn't have hardly any resistance in it at all. This one seems like it's a lot stiffer. If you can see it kind of recoil back. This one just kind of, it doesn't really seem to have a lot of pressure behind it. This one does, and I think I've burned out this this sensor. So anyways, you kind of see they've all got a little bit of pressure behind them, and this is one that just doesn't seem to. So at this point, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to have to probably get some advice on this circuit board to find out if they are rebuildable or if it's something that I just need to replace. So at this point, at least now, I've kind of showed you how to get the instrument cluster out and how to diagnose that there is a problem. I will do a resistance test between these diodes and find out exactly what's going on. It looks like they're 1,000 ohm. Sorry, they're 100 ohm. So I will do a resistance test across there and find out how they're doing that way. And it looks like I have another one over here that's, this one looks like it's 100 ohm as well. So little bit more testing, but I think I've pinpointed the problem. And I'll show you how to do this maybe at a later time. But this was just kind of a diag to find out. I had a burned out light bulb, which I replaced, which was a problem. Here on this side, one of the lights was out, and they're pretty easy to do. This circuit board sits on the back like this, and then all you have to do to replace them is just turn them, pull them out. From here, you can pull this bulb out like that. That's just a standard bulb. You can get it at any hardware supplier or any auto parts store. I think it's an 1156 if I remember right. Then it goes back in there and then onto there. So anyway, we've figured out the problem, but we're gonna have to find out if this can be repaired or not. So we'll come back on another clip. I'm gonna show you guys one more trick. Now that I've got this cover off, I'm gonna put a little plastics on it. It's by Meguiar's. Great stuff, especially for like headlights and tail lights and anything plastic. It's a really good good compound. You just put this right on top, kind of massage it in a little bit, and we'll let it sit for about 10 minutes. If you've watched any of my headlight restoration videos, it's the exact same concept, except for we're not color sanding it with 2000 grit sandpaper. We're just using this compound. So we'll put this on here, and then we'll come back in a couple minutes and wipe it off. But it really helps polish it up real nice. Alright, it's all done. I put the gauge back in, fixed the light bulbs, and now everything works just perfectly. Gas gauge don't move and bounce no more. So, and all I had to do to fix that was I took the those 3 ohm resistors, diodes, and I soldered in some new ones, which will be on another video, and everything works just fine. So replaced the light bulbs, soldered in a new connection, and now my gauge works perfectly. So hopefully this helps you with any instrument problems you may have. Alright, there you have it. We fixed it. The problem on this was a light bulb. Let me show you the light bulb. This was our light bulb. Might be kind of hard to see from the camera there, but that's the problem for the lights being out on the dash. The other problem was those 2 resistors. Oh, got my proud YouTube University shirt. So hopefully by watching this video you're able to learn it's not as scary as you think it is. I mean, yeah, desoldering and soldering may be something that takes a little bit of practice. That's not something I would just try to tackle if you've never done it before, especially on an instrument cluster, because it can be very confusing. They're very touchy. They need to be in a clean environment, and I'll show you that on another video. But hopefully this video was educational for you. As in all my videos, I want you guys to learn. The whole process, the reason I do these videos is not for me, partly because it makes me feel good, but mostly for you guys. I want you guys to learn stuff. So just tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Post comments on videos you'd like to see, and I've had a lot of people post comments. Some ones that I can do, some of them that I can't do. But I'll do my best effort to put videos together for you so that you have everything that you need to do these things yourself. I mean, this right here probably cost you $500 at a dealership or more to have done what I did. The instrument cluster could be about $300, brand new one. This being a 97, they don't make them anymore, so they'd have to be rebuilt. Autometer charges $600 to rebuild an Autometer custom gauge. So I was able to do it with about $3 in parts. Those resistors were very inexpensive. Light bulb was, I think, 39 cents. So very simple, very easy to do, with just a little bit of patience. It took me about an hour to do this job. Saved about 500 bucks. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please rate, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. What's the technical term? There's an actual term that they call... It's not coming to me, but I'll remember as soon as I turn this clip off. Okay. Tell me, there's a ground that just exclusively for the